After a peak that started earlier this month, prices are starting to come down for gas. Regardless, drivers in some states definitely have had it worse than others. As of June 30th, average prices for regular gasoline range from a low of $4.36 in Georgia to a whopping $6.30 in California. The national average was around $4.86. Western Pacific states face the most costly gas in the nation, as the 5 states with the highest price are California, Hawaii, Alaska, and Oregon. The higher average price of gas in California is particularly notable because it has most cars of any state and some of the nation's longest commute times. For cheaper prices, drive out to the south, where you'll find the states with the cheapest average gas prices, including Georgia at $4.36 a gallon. The Reserve has released a shocking announcement. Joe Biden may be signing a new executive order very soon on monthly benefits. Millions of low-income households could see many changes to their SNAP benefits this month. And now the Governor Ned Lamont just announced he has signed a public health emergency declaration that will allow the state to announce and continue to receive supplemental support from the federal government. The declaration means the state will continue to receive an extra $34 million through the SNAP program every month. State officials have said that the state has distributed about $748 million to SNAP recipients, and the support will continue until December 15th, unless the federal government decides to end the program before that. Governor Lamont said that the only reason he extended the public health emergency was so the state could continue to maximize the federal benefits that residents are receiving for SNAP benefits. Experts have said that SNAP preserves about 500,000 Connecticut households and is a crucial program to the state. Governor Lamont also wanted to make sure residents can get help during these times. The number of people enrolled in the SNAP program ticks up every year. In 2021, roughly 41.5 million Americans were enrolled in SNAP, up from nearly 40 million enrolled in 2020. That's about 13% of the U.S. population.
Let me close with this. We made incredible progress on the economy from where we were a year and a half ago. We got a long way to go because of inflation, because of, I call it, the Putin tax increase. Putin because of gasoline and all that grain he's keeping from being able to get to the market. Now I'm fighting like hell to lower costs on things that you talk about around your kitchen table. My dad used to say, at the end of the day, it's just when you sit at that table, do you have enough money to pay for everything you need? Not a lot over, do you have enough money to pay for everything you need? Well, Republicans do nothing to obstruct our efforts to lower your gas taxes. I propose that. I've asked the Congress to eliminate the federal gas tax for the next, as long as this crisis goes on. Lower food prices, lower healthcare costs, hopefully soon lower your prescription drug costs. By the way, you gotta...
Good morning, everyone. Before I speak to the Supreme Court extreme decision overturning Roe, I want to comment on one piece of good news, economic good news today. Today, the Labor Department reported that we added 372,000 jobs last month. 372,000. Here's why it's important. Our private sector has now recovered all of the jobs lost during the pandemic and added jobs on top of that. We have more Americans working today in the private sector than any day under my predecessor, more today than any time in American history. Today. In the second quarter of this year, we created more jobs than any quarter under any of my predecessors in nearly 40 years before the pandemic. Think about that. At a time when our critics said the economy was too weak or having already added more jobs, we had already added more jobs in my first year as president of any president in history, we still added more jobs in the past 3 months than any administration in nearly 40 years. Now look, I know times are tough. Prices are too high. Families are facing the cost of the living crunch. But today's economic news confirms the fact that my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction. The unemployment rate is near a historic low of 3.6%. Private sector jobs are at a record high. Gas prices, still way too high, have fallen now 25 days in a row. And this week we saw the second largest single-day decrease in gas prices in a decade. We still have a lot of work to do. I'm not suggesting there's a lot more work to do, but I am suggesting we're making significant progress. The program is working. Now, with the Vice President, Secretary Becerra, and Deputy Attorney General Monaco, I want to talk about an executive order I'm signing to protect reproductive rights of women. In the aftermath of the Supreme Court's terrible, extreme